Hey everybody, this is Jim. Just getting ready for the India trip, Rickshaw Run 2010. So, as a lot of you know, I have diabetes, type 1 diabetes, and going to have to deal with that when I'm on the trip. A lot of you already donated to JDRF, which is Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation that we're raising money for. We've raised over $6,000 so far. So really appreciate everybody for helping out that has contributed. If you haven't, there's a link on our website, losttech.com, where you can go and contribute if you're interested in helping cure type 1 diabetes. So just wanted to give a quick overview and kind of show everybody what I have, what I'm taking. A lot of stuff here that I'm taking on the trip. The first thing that I want to show is just a bag. A lot of the supplies I have need to be cold, so I have a couple of these bags. You run water through it and it stays cold for 2 days. You don't actually have to have ice. So I have that going. That keeps my insulin cold. The insulin is what's key to keeping me up and running. So essentially insulin is what your body produces and mine doesn't. And so I need to inject that to make sure that, that my body stays on track. And so it's kind of a balancing act. You have to be right in the sweet spot. You don't want to be too low, because then you'll have a reaction, which is when you hear about people having diabetic reactions, that's what they're talking about. You also don't want it to be too high. It has long-term effects, and generally you just kind of don't feel very good. So in order to do that, that insulin, I use an insulin pump. This pumps insulin into me 24/7. So one key thing is to make sure this pump remains up and running on the trip. I have a backup if it doesn't. So I have the tubes it takes, the insulin as I mentioned, and the reservoirs that hold the insulin. So I have 6 of each of these in one pack. I have 3 different packs that are going to be in different bags in case we lose a bag or something unfortunate happens. So kind of got that set up going. I also have, if my insulin pump does not work, I have these backup flex pins, which I can eject insulin that way. I also have some old school needles to just inject directly. It's sort of a backup to the backup. I have some supplies, some alcohol cleanser, and some adhesive to make sure everything's connected to me well. And then, as I said, with your blood sugar, you don't want to be too high or too low. So I have a couple of these blood glucose meters. Keep track of where I am. I'll be testing every couple hours. I have lots of extra test strips for that. So that shouldn't be a problem. A backup for that, actually it's not a backup, but I also have a continuous monitor system as well. So I'm going to be trying to connect up with that. Hopefully that'll work. I'm not too sure. It's a little flaky. It's new technology. That'll actually test my blood sugar every 5 minutes and really help me hone in where I'm at. So I have that. I also have a lot of backup stuff in case I'm low. If I have low blood sugars, I can drink a soda, something with fast-acting carbs, but that's essentially what this stuff is: glucose tablets, some glucose drinks and gels. So if I do have a low, I can treat it myself. I can use those. The gels are actually something that somebody else could put in my mouth if I'm sort of out of it. Hopefully that won't happen. If things get really bad, I have something called glucagon, which is essentially, I don't know if you can see it from back there, but it's a shot of glucose that I've never had to use this before in my life. It's kind of a big deal to use it, but it will pull me out of a low if I can't do it myself. And it's much better to use this, in my opinion, than to try to go to a hotel. Not a hotel. It won't be a hotel. It'll be a hospital. Definitely don't want to have to go to a hospital in India. So that's my setup. Have sort of backups to the backups. A lot of stuff, and hopefully I won't have any problems. I'm pretty confident things should go smoothly, but it will be a lot harder than just day-to-day here in the US. So anyways, hope you guys watch the blog or our Facebook page. We should have some cool stuff that we're posting during the trip, and I think all 3 of us are really, really excited about embarking on this journey tomorrow. So hope to see you guys soon.